Even in the exceptional circumstances in which we find ourselves, which make our celebrations very different this year, Christmas is a time for the family. And this year I'm delighted to be in Gloucester Cathedral to say a heartfelt thank you to all the branches of the police family. Shortly we'll be hearing from one of our newest recruits to the Gloucester Constabulary, one of our neighbourhood inspectors and our Chief Constable, Rod Hanson. But first I would like to begin by thanking and paying tribute to the families and friends of the officers, the staff and the volunteers that are the Constabulary. We often speak of the police family, and I think many who have served the county during the force's 181-year history would agree that whilst it must never be taken for granted and is often hard to define, the spirit of family still exists. 2020 has been a hard year for all of us. It will go down as one of the hardest. But it is with confidence I'm certain history will speak well of the part the Gloucestershire Constabulary played during this crisis. And we can also be sure that without the love and support of our families and friends, this year would have been so much harder. I wish you all a very happy Christmas and a peaceful New Year.
"2020 has certainly been a challenge, not only for us all in our professional roles, but also in our personal lives. Many of us are parents and carers who have had to juggle lockdown and homeschooling whilst also still providing a service to the communities of Gloucestershire, and we have done so with pride and care. We could not have managed without the support of our special constabulary colleagues, many of whom worked full-time on shift, assisting in a variety of roles and responsibilities, ensuring that the public continued to receive the best possible response from the constabulary, despite the challenges we were facing. Many officers who had recently retired also returned to assist us in supporting our approach to the COVID pandemic, providing a wealth of experience and a friendly face to us all. The police has always been described as a family, and 2020 has demonstrated just how true that is. Everyone has pulled together to continue to deliver an excellent service to the public, whilst not only dealing with the unknown and the challenges of a global pandemic, but also continuing to fight crime, protect the public, police the roads, safeguard the vulnerable, and keep the public safe from harm. I would like to thank each and every one of you for your hard work, dedication, and professionalism, and to wish you and your families and loved ones a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Well, being a police officer, a training officer right now, I feel over the moon. I am so excited for this new career in my life, and I really needed something new, something challenging, something to feel proud of. When this came across, I thought it was a long shot, but I took it, and I'm absolutely excited of everything what's to come. Although I'm very comfortable being here in the classrooms, I really can't wait to get out on the street and put all those skills that we are learning into practice and actually see myself doing the job.
This has certainly been a challenging year, not only for us operationally, but for many in our personal lives as we have coped with the challenges presented during 2020. My reflections of the year reminded me of your achievements, as well as the challenges. A year, of course, dominated by the global pandemic. From the outset, the public have been understandably anxious, frightened, and uncertain. Many have sadly lost their lives, their loved ones, and/or their livelihoods, and our thoughts, of course, remain with them. All of us have surrendered some of our freedoms. At the beginning, we were all ill-equipped to respond. No PPE, no experience, or even a lexicon to help us articulate what we needed to do to keep ourselves safe in order to keep the public safe. We were not familiar with terms such as social or organisational distancing, self-isolation or bubbles, let alone furlough. But we adapted quickly, splitting our operational teams almost overnight to lessen the likelihood of mass infection, purchasing dozens of extra laptops and issuing them to enable our staff to work more flexibly, yet remain productive. We embraced the benefits that technology can provide and arguably skipped a generation of change to the way that we work. We set, I hope, a responsible style in tone in the way that we supported the public and used enforcement proportionately and with increased precision over the passage of time. Dealing with offenders, victims and witnesses who were symptomatic all of a sudden made things a touch trickier. And just because we could find someone didn't mean to say that we would. I clearly recall in March a colleague with cancer and forced into self-isolation because of it. He asked to be issued with a laptop just so that he could continue to be socially useful. It reminded me that this has never been just about presenteeism in the workplace, but presenteeism of mind and attitude. This year, we were also touched by global events. The death of Mr. George Floyd in the United States brought into sharp focus the need for us to redouble our efforts to ensure equitable and fair treatment to all that we have the privilege to serve. Policing is far too important to be left to the police alone. So one outcome of many was the creation of a community legitimacy panel, formed alongside our other highly valued independent advisory groups, and like those IAGs is made up of many impressive people who give up their time to help us to be successful, and I am grateful for the wise counsel they bring to us. Throw in some winter storms, flooding, a prolonged spate of 12-hour shifts, a lot of cancelled leave, an election, Brexit, and a number of colleagues that we have sadly lost this year, and it all ends up to a brute of a year. But look how well you have done. And that's why, despite the disruption to our annual awards ceremony, our long service and good conduct ceremony, staff funerals, remembrance parades, and student graduation ceremonies in front of their families and friends, just to name but a few, you deserve a rest, some reflection time, and some recognition from me. It may not be quite the Christmas and start to a new year that we normally experience, but these are extraordinary times. Fortunately, you are extraordinary people. I firmly believe that we recruit great people from society, provide them with world-class training, and put them in harm's way. You gain some experience, and then you quickly become, quite simply, magnificent. So thank you all for all that you have done this year, and for all that I know that you will continue to do, not only over the festive period for those working day and night, but throughout 2021 and beyond. Our organisation turned 181 years old on December the 9th this year, for good reason. Because we have a place amongst and a purpose in the service of our communities. It is a privilege to be involved in policing, and my privilege to be involved in it alongside you. I am very proud of our organisation, and proud of what you have helped us to collectively achieve over the last 12 months. Thank you most sincerely, and I wish you all a happy, peaceful, and safe Christmas.